darling.
Oh, watch where you're going, Joe.
Sorry, Miss Mary.
Have you seen our Grace?
I'm Miss Thomason. She's where I'm running from.
Well, you can run right back the way you came and tell her that Father will be here soon, and he'll expect us to be ready for the move to Longstone.
Can I go with her?
Perhaps later, once they're settled in. Now off you go and find that sister of ours.
No pulling her hair like you usually do. Man from the Trinity's here to see us away, and we haven't time to be making her tidy, so she better be clean.
I'll wash her face in the rock pool.
Well, you'll do no such thing, young man.
Only joking.
Boys.
We'll be boys.
Aye, and so will men sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes? Oh, I better get Mother.
And I'll find our Grace and make sure she's looking respectable. Please let it be so.
I'll have to rest here a minute, Ma.
You alright, Lizzie?
Of course she is, that's it. There's no to worry about, is there, daughter?
No, Ma, just a wee twinge.
How many weeks to go now?
Let's take things a bit slower.
And I suppose you'll be doing her share of work then. Well, I thought not. Anyways, isn't it about time you were showing summer? How long have you been married now?
So you've been 6 months.
6 months? That's time enough. I was pregnant with her 2 months after my wedding. I'll have to be having a word with your Jimmy.
I thought you'd be letting the side down once you wobble. And Lizzie's had 3 years.
Aye, Harry passed 1 full term and worked right up to the last day, did he, Pet?
Yes, Ma. Although I did nearly have Babby in street. Lucky I were on my way home and my crew were nearly empty.
Aye, she almost had to throw the last of fish away and put the bed in the creek instead. But she managed to crawl to my door and had it in the kitchen.
So when your turn comes, what police I want to call on?
Knew you could tell her about having babbies.
No, not after her and nine of her own. Isn't that so, Mrs.
Aye,
Duncan?
and everyone are easy for it.
At least shelling peas, right, Ma?
Aye, mind you, it's not the worry of having them or feeding them. It's when they get to their puberty they're going to worry. I don't know what I'm going to do without young and a man.
What, you're Sally? Thought just walking out of a lad?
Oh, aye. Young Eddie Shields, I didn't care much for him. Far too skinny for my liking. I've seen more meat on a lamb chop.
Leave him be, Ma. I think he's a bright, intelligent young lad, and he comes from a cultured family. His dad works up at the castle. Butler to the Duke, no less.
Well, be that as it may, but I don't want any of my daughters getting ideas above their stations. She needs to marry a fine, strong fisherman like your dad.
Happen you're right, Ma, but you know how stubborn she is.
It's like father, like daughter.
Hey, you're going to your new home today, Thomason?
Aye, Mrs. Donkin. Just gathering up the clan before my father gets back.
And is Miss Grace looking forward to her new home?
Oh, yes. Joe has already made the drawing of it. It's not all that good, Grace. I think that's very good indeed. Now you are a talented young man. Is that what you want to do when you grow up? Oh, yes. He's going to be a great artist and travel the world with all of the kings and queens.
Then it looks like Grace has got your life mapped out for you, laddie.
There's got a bit of growing up to do first. I hear your family's from Newcastle.
Don't you remember, Belle? It's Miles Annie Belford, Jack Belford, the farmer's daughter. She married Captain Scott from Newcastle and they moved away to Tynemouth.
He comes up to see his grandpa and grandma and stays with them for a few days.
He won't be doing much of that when he's off gallivanting round the world.
Aye, well, don't you be forgetting your roots, young man. There's no wrong with Northumberland. Oh, I see the boats coming in. Now, lasses, let's give a hand with the boat.
And I best find Mother and Mary. Will you tell Father the man from the Trinity's here?
Will do, Thomason, and give our regards to you, Ma.
I'll be pleased to. Oh, they're such a lovely family, but I wouldn't want a soft place as mine. Lord, no, those months alone in the middle of the sea with not a soul to call on until the weather clears.
It's a learning life, especially for the young ends. But there's always plenty to keep them busy.
And he looks after their education and all.
Aye, he's a clever man and that's a fact. I'm pleased Longstone's ready. They'll have a lot more room there than they have the old Brownsman's lighthouse.
Yeah, but with them all growing up and moving away, it's more work that's left for them that's left.
Ah, but that's their choice, and our choice is to catch fish and sell fish. And we'll be doing neither, studying gossiping while I'm in at Grafton.
Catch Jimmy.
Aye, that's canny, what's canny?
Sort of a herring this time.
Well, we'd best be giving you a hand with the next then.
Are you seeing William Darling on your travels?
He's doing at the harbour getting the last of the victuals for the Longstone.
Hope his family's ready. He'll be wanting to be away before the weather turns.
Aye, it don't look too promising, does it? You got back just in time. I mean, lasses, let's go down to the beach and come in and have the boat.
Aye, and away, lads. Hold on.
Hi, that's me. And what can I do you for?
I bought you a place in Trinity House.
Good man. We're all set to move in today.
And will have the pleasure of meeting a good Mrs. Darling and the rest of the Darling family.
Indeed you will. They should be along shortly.
I also have a favour to ask. Young Walter here has aspirations to become a keeper like yourself. We're always looking for an extra pair of hands when accidents or illness lay one of our keepers low. So I'm taking my rounds today to gain him some experience, of which he has none as yet, though he is reading all the books he can find about lighthouse life. So I'd be grateful for any advice you can offer him.
Well, what can I give a lad with no experience? You have to learn life by living it, young sir. These men will tell you that. There's naught to be learned just by reading books, if you don't understand the true meaning behind the words. Ask Jimmy here to write, which he cannot anyways, about the theory of Pythagoras, and he wouldn't have a clue. But stick an oar in his hand and give him a net, and he'd carry out more complex equations regarding time, tide, sea forces, wind speed, and drag than would fill your average notebook and more. And all this just by sticking one wet finger in the air. Wisdom, they say, comes with age. But in my book, wisdom comes with experience, laddie. And age has nothing to do with it.
Never a truer word spoken here, William.
Aye, there's no this man doesn't know about lighthouse life or anything else you want to know. He's not one of your wordy highfalutin flim-flams. No, a man doesn't have to travel far to be worldly wise. Isn't that the truth, William?
I'll have no argument with that, Davy lad. It is often said, I'm told, wisdom means very, very old. But this theory I dispel, for I am both wise and young as well. For I am blessed with comprehension, compos mentis my intention, and to reason what will rightly be. Yes, I am one of strong conviction, paramount with one exception, whom I view with some sobriety. Just how wise he is, divine we never could. All that we can say is, he's not very good. We are to his wisdom with stability, and a lighthouse keeper he will always be. Defining complex legislation is a form of relaxation I pursue with pertinacity. And though I haven't travelled far, I know where foreign places are, plus the whys and wheres of history. I am proud, I must agree, of all my lighthouse family. On me they duteously depend, and this state I heartily commend. I am a lighthouse keeper and a dedicated teacher, for my children's education is the key. Yes, I am one of deep perception, paramount with one exception, whom I view with some sobriety. Just how wise he is, no one could ever tell. All that we can say is, he does very well. We are to his wisdom with stability, and a lighthouse keeper he will always be. Keep the Longston lantern burning for the mariners returning is my prime responsibility. And when a furious storm is lashing, they will see its beacons flashing, warning of the perils of the sea. So while in your bed you sleep, safe from the perils of the deep, I will guard them through the night, for I am the keeper of the light. Chosen a proud profession, son. This is the Trinity man, dear. Come with my papers and my pay, I hope.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And this is the rest of my family.
And a fine family they are too, sir. Well, I've taken up enough of your time, and I know you're a busy man, so I'll delay you no longer. And it's a long ride to Bell Rock.
My regards to the keeper at Bell Rock, and God grant you both a safe journey.
Yes, we are bad, but Bob Songwich.
I'll see you tomorrow, Mary. I'm going to help them settle in.
All right. Bye, Mama. God bless and have a safe journey. Bye, Papa. See you next week.
Goodbye, my dear. Come on, children.
Hey, off then, Mrs. Darley.
Yes, Polly, lots to do. Lots to do.
Well, let me know when you get settled. Get out at Florida Days and rub your crop.
I shall look forward to it.
I have to go back to time off breaks. I thought you stayed longer. Sorry, Mom's calling her sisters at Moat from the way home. When will you be back? Dunno. Will you miss me? Of course, silly. Will you right?
Katie is on the sound.
All right, lass.
Is she feeding you well?
That's a funny question to be asked. Does it look like I'm being neglected?
Nah, it's just fishing's a rather strenuous job. Saps a man's strength, if you know what I mean.
Stop teasing them, Ma. They're still only young uns.
Well, you know what they say. You're as young as you feed. Isn't that so, Davison?
Yeah, David. It's a storm's been running the benches tonight.
Oh no, it'll have blown itself out by the time she gets home. She'll be far too tired.
I heard that, Wawa, David. Don't be too sure about that.
Oh, add away and sell your fish,
Right,
women.
away, lasses. The sooner we get this box off, the sooner we all locked up and out safe one place.
Grace has spotted a yacht in trouble. Job and I are taking the cobble out. I've left Job in charge of the lantern. Keep watch on until we get back. Where is it now, Grace?
She's coming with all speed to the rocks, Father.
Then there's not a moment to lose. Let's be away, son.
Don't take any undue risks.
Is there anything we can do, Dad?
Keep watch on Mother. We'll be back afore you on pot boils.
I best join Job in the lantern room. I can keep an eye on your father from there. Continue with the unpacking, please, Elizabeth. Grace will help you.
Yes, Ma. This is much nicer than our last home on the Boundsman. Is it not, Grace? Oh, yes. See how quiet it is too? That is because the walls are so much bigger. All the same, I cannot wait until the day I am able to leave and find employment in Bamborough. Then it's be your turn. My turn? Your turn to work on the mainland. Oh, I think not. I'm quite content here, thank you. You'll soon change your mind. Besides, how are you ever going to find a husband if you have to Miss Grace Darling. Must be belated birthday present. Don't so foolish. You here, please. I wonder who it could be. For sure it's not the handwriting of a lady. And judging by the grubby state of this label, I warrant it's from by... Well, that's a relief. It doesn't smell like fish, so it isn't from John Wilkins or Peter Fellows. They're more likely to send you a pair of kippers than a pair of slippers. Of course, it could be from that Joseph Swan you're always chasing. Not so. To so. Melody! I thought you might like this dog. I hope you don't mind. And as you are always singing, Melody seems to be the perfect name to give her. There, what did I say? Gracie has a boyfriend. Gracie has a boyfriend. The note doesn't say it's on him. It could be his mother. Ha ha, and elephants can also fly. Isn't it so sweet? Are you allowed to keep it then? Because if you don't want it, mind you, I'd have to change its name to Marine, or maybe Josephine. Of course I'm keeping her, Alfred and Melody forever. No matter who sent her. Anyhow, I'm far towards souls now. You are not, I am so. You are not, I am so.
Grace, Elizabeth!
Yes, Ma?
This is no time to be messing about. You know how worried I am about Father. Oh, so much to do. You two keep yourself occupied and sing a song.
Kittens and Kings, Ma?
No, the one about the seesaws and sausages.
There's more to this life than kings and kings, said the octopus to the seahorse. Like humpbacks and horseflies and old rusty springs, the
must thank him personally for such a grand donation. Now see, look what we've got here. Don't put it on the table with viewers. And don't let no Jimmy see it or have it to his neck. Here, lad, another pot of money for Polly Scott. I'm sorry you're not. But I'll see you later.
Oh, thank you kindly. It will be greatly appreciated.
How lovely to see you, Grace.
And you too, Mrs. Swan. Is your husband here?
Oh, no, he's all at sea as usual, probably round in Cape Horn as we speak.
I wouldn't wave and make a long, lonely week. How do you keep yourself?
Well, I'm very adept with a needle and thread. I make cushions and rag dolls for charity. In fact, my reason for being here today was to bring a box full of my work for the charity.
Oh, I must see what you've brought. I was fortunate enough to be the recipient of one of her exquisite rag dolls. I still keep her on my window seat.
And if I remember correctly, my jewel had me embroider an unusual name on it. No, it's so long ago, I don't remember.
Melody.
That's right, it was Melody.
Well, suited to you, Mrs. seeing as you're all the singing. Really.
Father tells me there's something of a rarity around here these days.
The lassie's come from in a hermit, didn't you know?
Not true, Polly Donkin. You of all people should know how very demanding lighthouse work is.
Well, how would I dispute it?
There you go again. Your tongue should be slit for all the mischief it causes.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sure she didn't mean to embarrass you. I know you and Joe are just very good friends. He's always talking about you. Did he tell you he's off overseas next month?
No. He never mentioned it. Where's he going?
Italy, then Spain. He's off to study the great impressionists. He could be away through 2 or 3 years. Oh, look, I'm sure he was just waiting for the right time to tell you. I've no doubt after the celebrations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to announce that the total amount raised so far is £25, 10 shillings and 6pence. We're away to church and thank God for his benevolence and loving kindness.
Will you not join us, Grace?
I cannot. Time to time within the hour, so I must be away.
Oh, can you not stay a little longer? Joe will be so disappointed not to have seen you. We must go back to town now in the morning. I should not be saying this, but he did confide in me. He had something important he wanted to say to you.
But perhaps I should go now. It may be something I do not wish to hear.
Don't let it be said now, Grace. He can't hide in the shadows forever. Remember, he is going away for a very long time. You must say what is in his heart. If he's to know any peace, stay a little longer for me.
Soft as the wings of the butterfly, sweet as a haunting refrain. This is a girl called Melody.
It's no way to treat a man who's off the other side of the world. You don't look surprised.
Your mother told me.
Oh,
She was worried I would be away without knowing.
would you have gone without telling me? Did she say anything else?
No? Why? Was there something else?
There was. I mean, there is. Marry me, Grace. Come away with me. We could travel the world together.
Every year you ask me, and every year you're not about to refuse.
But why, Grace? You say there is no one else. I know you have feelings for me.
I cannot leave my family.
Cannot or will not. What are you afraid of? Why wouldn't you want to live out your days alone on that God-forsaken island? Your parents cannot live forever. And then what will you do?
Please, don't torture me so. I don't want to hear anymore.
I'm sorry, it was selfish of me to ask. I know how much you love your family, and I have no right to interfere. I was a fool to think you loved me too.
But I do love you, Joe.
Then why, Grace? Why won't you come away with me?
Because my heart is where my home is. That's out there on the Longstone. It's the only home I know. I could not be happy anywhere else. But would that I could make it so? I would run away with you right now.
You very nearly did, if I remember. All those years ago, we would chase each other and play in the rock pools.
Oh, would that we could go back to those days. You can't catch me, Joseph Swan.
Would that I could. But would it change anything, Grace? Every year I chase you, and every year you seem to get away from me. Sweet 17, with your nose in the air, never had a worry, never had a care. They said you were a worry, with no regard for time, always living on the busy line.
And if I knew you then as I know you now, would we play it differently?
Would you fall in love with me if I knew you then as I know you now? Out on your own, way ahead of the rest.
Nothing less than honey, nothing but the best.
They said you'd never marry. I'm bound to disagree. Maybe you were waiting just for me.
And if I knew you then as I know you now, would we play a different game?
Would you love me just the same if I knew you then as I know you now? If I knew you then as I know you now.
Joseph, how was good? Auntie, I expect you finished the duties he set you.
Oh, no.
So well, Thomasin.
Yes, Father. Mother was in the branches. Best you could not make a full storm break.
It is coming, surely. It will be a very rough night. So you and the girls best be getting indoors. The boys and I will be to the Coble. No doubt you and your sisters will have much to discuss on Mary's coming marriage.
Oh, Mary, I'm just so thrilled for you.
She cannot speak. Words have tumbled from her in such a torrent, they have now died in her throat. For the past week, I have been subjected to a running commentary of every word of tenderness that has passed between these two lovebirds.
Oh, take no heed of Elizabeth Thomason, that every one of my words was met with eager anticipation. In truth, I'm sure she's writing down all my thoughts, so she may reply them herself when the time comes.
Hell will surely freeze over before I condescend to showing my thoughts with any man.
Do you entertain a sense of envy or perhaps jealousy, my dear sister?
I'd rather think it's more frustration. With me. It's true what she said. I have been behaving like a child with a new toy. But I'm filled to overflowing with such happiness that I find it hard to contain my exuberance. Poor Elizabeth is finding it all very difficult to comprehend. And truth be known, I too find it all rather overwhelming. But Othello's love is such a strange, wondrous feeling, but yet at the same time, still quite frightening.
You do love the man, don't you?
I truly do.
Then I cannot see why you hesitate.
It's difficult to explain, unless you can feel the way I feel this very moment.
Then I find myself
Brandon has to say.
Stop your teasing on us. Get about your own business.
Unless you want to help with Mary's trousseau. I hear you're very good at mending nets.
We can always find you something that needs sewing.
No, I think not, dear sisters. I have far more important things to attend to. Besides, I care not what is written in that letter, whether it be from a good friend, a bad friend, or a boyfriend. It matters not to me.
You seem to be doing well in setting our citizens this morning.
Well, you're going to open it. You should be more concerned with your own affairs, which are of far greater importance than the contents of any letter.
Quite correct, Grace. Mary and I will leave you in peace.
I'm sorry, Grace, I didn't mean to pry. Oh, there is no offence, dear sister. I do not upset so easily as some. Of course, if you were interested in hearing its contents. After all, it is only a letter from Joe, and there are no secrets that cannot be shared with my loving sisters.
I thought I should come to tender my apologies, especially to you, Mary. It was most churlish and unchristian of me to spoil the name of the family.
Oh, don't go on, Sam. Come, join us. Grace writes will be read a letter from Joe Swan. September 1834. My dearest Grace, once again I write from foreign parts, and once again I know not if you receive my letters. I am now in the most wonderful city of Venice. How I wish you were here. I know you would love it. Why, I hear you ask? Because it is a city of the sea. There is such a diversity of subjects to work with, from the magnificent palaces and stately homes to the most humblest of dwellings. I never knew how compelling and fascinating water could be until one is surrounded by it. Now I understand why you love your lighthouse so much. Tomorrow I must continue on my journeys, this time to Greece, where I am told, according to Greek mythology, there is an island where nubile maidens charm passing mariners with beautiful music and lure them to their deaths on the fearsome rocks. They are called the Sirens. I only know of one such maiden. Perhaps you should be careful where she sings from now on. I shall write again when I arrive. Do give my warmest regards to your family. Always yours, Joe.
Grace is such a lovely fellow. I cannot understand why you spurn his love. See, you now could be in a foreign land. Warm, inviting, exotic, and in the arms of the one who worships the ground you walk upon. Albeit a cold, barren, unforgiving place like Broadstone. I wish it were me. I would sell my last pair of shoes to be in your shoes, Grace darling. You are blessed to have such a love.
Why do you all scold me so? I was not prepared to sacrifice everything I hold dear for a love I truly only thought I had found.
Have you found it now?
How can I tell if I don't know? To quote your words, Mary, it's over my head.
But you do miss him, don't you? Oh, of course you do. I know you too well, Grace. The lighthouse is only sticks and stones. It is no place for a hungry heart. Perhaps when you walk your sister down the aisle, you will be able to raise your head above the waves and see more clearly. Oh, I'm so excited for your wedding day. Come, let me show you the bridesmaid dress as mother has made. Very well.
Oh, it's so lovely to see all the girls back together. It doesn't happen very often these days.
Aye, lads, one thing I've noticed about ageing, we seem to be standing still while everybody else grows old around us. It doesn't seem 2 minutes since the four of them were hanging onto your skirt.
And you, that tall, handsome chap that could carry all the lads on your back and shoulder, all the way up to the lantern room without knowing your balls.
And look at me now, like, it takes me all the time to get up there by myself these days.
You could still do it if you had a mind to it.
Aye, lads, I suppose you're right. Age is all in the mind, they say. But the body doesn't age like the mind, eh, Mother? You and I'd still be in our 20s. Now look at our Grace, and she's where we once used to be. Ah, to be 20 again.
It's funny how the years go by before you realize your little girl's a woman now. Much to your surprise,
she's all dressed up in silk and lace, as pretty as a rose. She hasn't lost those dimpled cheeks, or that turned-up nose.
and it's funny how time hurries by and seasons come and go. Those lilac trees of yesteryear lay hidden by the snow. This ever-changing scenery is part of nature's flow.
years fly away. Was last September just yesterday?
Let's stop a while and pause and think just what it's all about.
Those childhood years,
The joy, the tears,
the fun in finding out. We had our hopes and lived our dreams. Now we find them gone. But deep within our hearts we know we really are still young.
it's funny how the years go by before you realize
Your little girl's a woman now, much to your surprise. We had our hopes and lived our dreams. Now we find them gone. But deep within our hearts we know we really are still young. We're on the way. Let's get things tied down.
I best make ready the tea with many miles to feed tonight.
It will be hard to leave this place. Now I understand why you love your lighthouse so much.
Why did he spend his love for you?
I wish it were me. You are blessed to have such a love. You do miss him, don't you?
The lighthouse is only sticks and stones. It is no place for a heart. With hearts.
Standing alone in an icy seclusion, lost in the waves of my passion. When you were mine, eager and reckless, lost in a time we thought was endless. I gaze at the distant horizon, my thoughts racing the tide. Their waves in that restless commotion reflect on feeling inside. Where did they go? Those years of wonder, innocent youth, chasing the summer. When he was mine, eager and reckless, lost in a time we thought was endless. But now there's an ocean between us. My heart carries the pain. The love that was once shared between us, I know never will be again. Standing alone in my seclusion, lost in
matters not. With your brother Brooks away, we cannot promote a rescue on my own.
Well, then I shall go in his stead.
Enough, Grace. Enough of this foolishness. It cannot be done, and that's an end to it. It would be difficult enough for 2 men in this storm, let alone a stripling of a girl. No, it is out of the question. Besides, I would not put your life in danger.
But it is my life to do with as I please, Father. We cannot sit here while they cry out for help. Had I the strength, I would row out there on my own.
Take hold of yourself, girl. First let me see for myself and assess the situation. You'd best bring your mother from her bed. Lord knows what she will have to say.
Sleep, Mr. Trelaway. It feels like the tower's to be blown away. Grace, why are you dressed as something of this? Oh, Mother, Darza says there's a ship founded on the Harker, and there are folk clinging to the rock for dear life. We're taking the boat out to them. What? Have you gone mad? What's your father thinking of? I will not allow it! We must go, or all those lives will be lost. What to the life of your father would you be so selfish as to have it taken away from me? I will not allow it! Oh, William! Is what Grace tells me true?
Oh, Mother, calm yourself. Grace speaks true. I can see several survivors clinging to the rocks.
What of the ship, Father?
A steam vessel of some size. I think it be the Thorfarshire. Her back is broken in two, and her stern appears to be lost, as will those poor folks be if we don't hurry.
Oh, don't go, William. Leave me to them. Listen, I can hear the castle guns firing. That means they'll set the boats out. Oh, leave me to them, William.
We have no chance in this storm with the wind against them. It is all of 5 miles and will take them hours to get there. At least we will have the run of the sea, and it is only a short distance. We'll be there in a matter of minutes, and there's bound to be men strong enough to help row us back.
We must go, Mother. We cannot sit here while men, women and children are crying out for help. What if it were us and our family out there? Would you think it good Christian charity for others to be sat here saying prayers while we were taken by the sea? But what if I'm to lose you too as well?
Have good faith, Mother. We will be back, and with as many of those poor wretched souls as we can carry. So you'd best make the place comfortable and warm. Now come, Grace. Come, Mother. Help us launch the Coble. The others.
What? You done to us again?
But there are others to save. They cannot hold out much longer. Fear not. Now there are 3 of us. We have the strength. It will be all right.
You're not to rescue my children. I'm afraid we are taken, Mother. The men said they had to prize the dead birds from the grass. Now she's too overcome with grief to accept it. We could not bring all of them, so we had to leave 4 of the strongest behind. All from men who volunteered to wait until father could return for them. Come, let us make it comfortable out of fire. How came such a rich ship to be caught in the harbour? Father's a little steam powered vessel, surely could steer clear of danger.
Aye, and so it should have, if the boilers were not exploding. Without power, we were immersed in the wind. We were driven onto the rocks with such force that split the ship in two. The stern slipped beneath the waves, taking most of the passengers, along with the captain and his good wife. It was a terrible sight.
All of you that survived?
A few of them managed to scramble into the long boats. I kind of saved them, got safely away. I was too busy trying to save myself and as many of the others as I could. 9 of us in total. It was more, but they were swept away. We had all but given up ourselves until we saw your husband's boat. Great was to our surprise when we realised that he was assisted by a young woman. It was like an angel from heaven sent down to rescue us.
It's even more to wear.
And to you occasions the others. I have no offence for myself, but I'm more than
Father says that the tragedy could have been avoided. One of the men said the ship was not seaworthy. Is it true?
There was talk of a leaky boiler. The captain thought it had been sinking for the traveller, but may well have been, had we not been caught in the storm. We cannot refuse what we offer. Whether you must be an angel, no more to perform such a rescue.
Here, put this on a vest for a while before father returns. We're hard to precious space for someone's body to tend to.
I'm not doing it. Where are my children?
Rest now, mother. We have saved all we can. Although many lives have been lost this day.
We cannot thank your husband enough. We would have surely have all been lost if it had not been for him and that brave daughter of his. God must have had a hand in this and given her the strength of 2 men.
When she got the rock stick, so the husband's focus on the rock was nothing short of a miracle.
Aye, 'twas a hand of providence, to be sure.
An angel. That's what I called her. An angel.
We should thank the good Lord for all the souls saved.
And also pray for those souls lost.
Thanks for that.
And now I must leave you all to rest, for I must see to the land.
He's coming at his tea. Does that man never stop? He should be resting with us. It will soon be daylight, and then he will rest.
And what about you, my angel? Are you not tired?
Oh, fine. Do not keep calling me that.
Or what name should I call you then?
Grace. Grace, darling, now, be a good chap and let's try to get some rest. When I get home, I shall make it my first duty to tell the whole world of your heroism. Mark my words, I'm not without influence. You shall be rewarded. To have saved so many is reward enough, sir. So if you wish to recompense, let it be to those that have lost their loved ones this day. Then you can grant them ours. You're indeed an angel, Miss Darling. I shall do as you suggest, and see about setting up a fund. For that I thank you, Mr. Tulloch, Mom. Thank you, Mr. Tulloch. I'm sure it will be greatly appreciated. Now, please, can we all try to get some sleep?
Where's Mother?
Oh, out collecting eggs. You'll be wanting something hot from the stove?
I'll wait a while yet. I think we're getting company. I saw Bill White's Coble rounding the point. Let's see what he wants first.
Perhaps he brings a reply from Trinity House.
What, regarding my account of the forfeiture? It's early days yet, Grace. I have a bad feeling about that particular raid.
How come?
You know the men have not taken kindly to their wasted efforts rowing into the storm, only to find we'd already rescued any survivors.
Had we not taken the effort, there may not have been any survivors at all. You know what a bad fettle they were in.
Happens so, Grace, but the men did not see it that way, and I can hardly blame them for venting their spleen on us. It was their place to attempt the rescue, not ours.
Are you saying we were wrong then?
In all conscience, I could not see another course to take. It was the rightful Christian thing to do.
Very well, let the men take it up with their consciences, because mine is certainly clear.
Now then, Bill, lad, come sit thee down. I see you brought the mail, as well as an extra visitor. Did you get this doodly, laddie?
Thank you, Mr. Darling. Hello, Grace.
Good Lord. Joe! Look, Father, it's Joe!
So I see. This must be the young man our Grace keeps going on about.
Father?
He's turned into quite a refined young gentleman since I last saw him.
And a well-travelled one, if what our Grace keeps telling is right enough.
Aye, sir. I've just returned from Egypt.
You'll be finding our northern weather a welcome respite from all that sun and sand, then.
Yeah, but it's softened the lad up. He shivered and sneezed all the way here. He must have had a very good reason to make a long stop at the first port of call.
I came to offer my congratulations, for it seems the name Darling has acquired some notoriety, especially regarding Grace.
Me?
I had intended to go and see a fair in Edinburgh before coming to see you, but having heard the news of your famous deed, I wish to call here first so I may ask your permission to paint a portrait of both your daughter and of yourself.
I have no time for such frivolity. You cannot paint a soul, young man. The rest is vanity. But most women wouldn't agree, judging by the time they spend at the mirror.
Oh, Mother, Livy's come to see us. You remember Joe Swan, don't you? He's now a famous artist and wishes to paint me. Mercy me, how you've changed, young man. William, I hear that our daughter's to be famous.
She's fame enough to be our daughter, and we need no artist's impression to show it.
Come, we better have you away before Father throws you back into the sea. Best have a care there, daughter. It could be unchristian-like to be so familiar. That man may be betrothed.
You need have no fear on that, ma'am. My travels have taken me to many foreign parts. However, I do not travel well, so I would have been poor company for any lady.
Oh, that may depend on the company he's been keeping. Oh, take no notice of her. She's only teasing you.
You may be finding your daughter's notoriety may have grievous repercussions.
We were just discussing it. I've only stated the facts in my report. I made no mention of Grace. I can assure you that any acknowledgement did not come from me.
Well, there's some of the men are complaining that all the talk is of you and Grace, but mostly of Grace. There's no doubt the tone of those letters are about. Most of them are addressed to her. If any of them contain monetary recompense, I trust it will be duly noted.
Are there not funds collected for all?
Right, but some are saying you'll be taking your share and leaving the rest of us to fend for ourselves.
Lies and rumours, sir. I can assure you we've not received a penny, and I've already given word to ensure fair dealing. If there's any money coming our way, it will be shared evenly.
Willie would not accept money's due to him, and you know that too.
Indeed, but to read the papers,
what can anyone do about what is written in the papers?
They are true words, the words of the Lord. He will be our judge and jury.
Amen to that now. I only repeat what's being said in the town.
Then we'll away and scotch these rumours once and for all before they fester into a boil. I aim to sort this business, so I won't be back this evening. I'll stop with Thomasin. Grace will have to see to the lantern, and you'd best make a bed up for the young man, in case they don't return.
I'll bid you good day, ma'am.
Your father's gone to Bangor for the evening, so you're welcome to stay for the night or swim back to the mainland. Of course he'll stay, won't you?
If I am not imposing.
Not at all, there's river plenty at the moment. Our bird watching season's over, so you're welcome to stay as long as you'd like.
I feel the hand of Providence already. Maybe I was sent here for a purpose after all.
I can see you're quite determined to get out your sketch pad after all. May as well try to catch one of the whiskers to catch this one standing still. If you think I cannot keep still, I pale into the shadow of this man here. He's travelled half the world.
I think of no better shadow to walk in.
Tell the lawyer about your journeys through France, Egypt, Greece, Italy.
And not forgetting Newcastle.
Newcastle? I've never been there. They tell me they live on tatty soup and wheaty bread. I'm still intrigued to know why anyone would want to paint a portrait of me.
Perhaps this will explain.
The Sunderland Herald. Grace Darling, the heroine of the day, was born on 24th of November 1815 and consequently she'll be 23 on Saturday 24th Inch. What? How did they get such private information? And all the way from Sunderland, you say? How disgraceful to divulge your age to all and sundry. Is there no privacy anymore? she's rather short in stature, nearly 5 feet 2.5 inches in height. How can they know such things? Her features are admirably adapted for the skill of the painter. And equally so for the chisel of the sculptor. What silly nonsense! She's modest and remarkably pleasant in her manners and perfectly free from the shy, awkward gait of country girls in general. Well, that part's true enough. And you'll be surprised when I inform you that there is excellent accommodation to be met at the Longstone Hotel. Lord help us, now we're inundated with visitors. What will Father say? There is an abundance of good, wholesome, homely fare, and together with the very cheerful service of Grace and her parents, it will render a visit to Farne Island a treat of no ordinary description.
There's far more enough in this now.
Oh, there's even a mention of you.
Of me?
Mrs. Darling is a hale, comely old lady, bordering off to the score, and may be found engaged 3 parts of the day at her spinning room.
What silly nonsense! 'Tis a lad to that article that is doing the spinning. You have had a fruitless journey, young man. My daughter is no goddess to be put on a pedestal or hung on a wall for idolization of strangers with fanciful thoughts.
I cannot argue with you there. On my travels, I have seen many wonderful and inspiring things, and those were quite breathless interpretations of famous people. In particular, I have lost count of many paintings of the Madonna.
Okay, your aspirations do not exceed your expectations. I am no Madonna, and I have not yet set out to sit for any portrait.
You do well to tread carefully there, sir. She could be as slighted as any storm.
That I could well believe.
My family were all farmers, you know. I had hoped that Grace would settle down with the farmers. She used to love helping with the spring mummy. It was the only holiday that she had.
Aye, I remember.
She rarely goes anywhere these days, and when she does go to the mainland, well, she likes to be back the same day. She hasn't been anywhere now for, it's been nearly 5 years. All the farm lads have settled down with families of their own, and what with my family gone, it's only Grace left to help Father and I tend to the light. My legs are not what they were for climbing those stairs. I don't know what she will do when Father and I have gone.
Mother, please!
This is all she's ever wanted, but she won't be allowed to stay. No doubt the good Lord will have the answer when the time comes.
I'm sure he has something special in mind.
Oh, well, if you'll excuse me, I have some correspondence to attend to before retiring to bed. Let's get some rest, dear, before night falls. Father doesn't return. She'll need to tend to the light this evening. I have no doubt that you'll be keeping her good company.
I did not mean any offence, Grace. You are the Madonna. I simply meant that my interpretation would be an accurate and honest likeness of the sinner.
Away with you. It was only teasing. I will let your palettes and brushes loose, providing you do as you say, and paint a true and accurate portrait, and not one of those angelic, virginal country maids, for I am certainly none of them.
I will paint you a portrait that will catch the breath of anyone who sees it.
My, how the boy becomes a man. It seems so long since our youth. Such carefree days. I missed you when you were sent away.
I was sad for the going.
But you had such a talent for drawing and painting even then.
I am glad to be back. Although I must confess, with some trepidation, I thought you'd been married and away, just like your sisters.
I have no desire to be married and away, as you may suppose. I'm perfectly contented here. I don't want to be in any other place.
I did not mean any offence, Grace, only that I can't believe some lucky young man hasn't walked you down the aisle before now. But then there was your promise. The day I left, you said you'd never marry.
That was a long time ago.
You also said you loved me. Tell me nothing has changed.
What would you have me say?
Say what is in your heart, not in that pretty little head. You must have known by relentless how much I missed you. I admit, I have met many wonderful, beautiful girls on my travels, but none of them could hold a candle to the beauty that stands before me.
You keep up this flattery, you'll have to use up all the white in your palette to cover up my blushes.
Remember the day I left? You kissed me. Here. I'll carry that memory till my dying day.
Then let it no longer be a memory. Oh, Joe, I've been such a stubborn, foolish girl. All these years have wasted and you have been so true to me. How can pride be so cruel that breaks the heart by hiding from the truth. Love was just for lovers, it was not for me.
You thought all the others were too blind to see. You thought we were playing just another game.
Until that time I kissed you. What went wrong I can't explain, but for one moment time stood still, and then I knew that I loved you. I never thought I'd feel this way. Told myself that come what may, from this moment on,
Life for you had just begun. Could I be dreaming? Is this real? Will I awake and find you here? Here where you belong, here in my heart.
turn the hourglass over, let me live again these few precious moments.
Always to remain, no more feeling lonely, no more emptiness, for now we are together. I find peace in your caress, and I will love you all my life. And though I try to reason why, I only know that love is here in my heart. That was right.
Pardon?
She said it would like that of another whiskey. Can you not keep still for 1 minute?
Perhaps I might with a little persuasion.
At this rate, I'll never get this painting finished.
And if I have my way, it will take even longer, perhaps a lifetime.
I'll take that as a proposal.
Take it as you please, sir.
Madam, you are turning into overseas.
Really? And what would you know about a sea? Oh wait, I forget. You're a well-travelled man. What with all those Spanish beauties, Venetian courtesans, not to mention the Egyptian belly dancers.
Be still, woman, or I will put my painted bushes away.
Good. Then we can pursue better pastimes. Oh, Grace, I see so many books of poetry, so many visitors. Where shall we accommodate all of them? Calm down, mother, I'll see to them. You go make some tea, I'm sure all will be well. I'm sure father already has matters in hand. Seems you'll have to put your palettes and brushes away after all.
I think I will go and give your mother a hand.
Hey, Smith, Miss Darling!
Stop, you have a walk, please.
The waves are 20 foot high.
Life's the same, Miss Darling.
Is it true you can't read all right? It's Newcastle and talking to your adventure. What were you wearing, Miss Grace?
Why would I marry you, of course?
You must have implemented on the occasion.
I do not have anything to give that I would not want to keep.
You have to stick to your dress. I also have a piece.
If I give it to you, ladies, others may follow, and soon I'll have no dress left at all.
In your hair then, surely that will grow again quickly.
You don't understand all this fuss you're all making.
I'm not heard. The whole of England is singing your praises. You're almost as famous as our dear Queen Victoria.
Tish, I cannot believe that.
And even last time, I had on a trip to my country. Matthew, who is from a far-flung Christian service. Really hopes it brings out a small token to recognition of your own skill. I hope to do like your optical, putting out frames for his office wall.
Just said you have an invitation from the Duchess of Northumberland. Why would her Grace want to see me? Don't be spreading such stories.
Perhaps she wants to bestow some honour on your father.
Oh, the only honour we require, sir, is of our privacy. We've not asked for any of this.
What about hoping greatness is across the water?
What is this talk of greatness? I think you manufacture words for the sake of sensational headlines. Now, what is all of this?
You may well ask. I only deliver. All I know is all are addressed to Miss Grace Darling, heroine of the Palm Islands. And there are many more sacks like this to bring over. I suspect many contain gifts. Now, what shall I do with them?
I can't deal with this now, Mr. White.
Well, what do you want me to do with them?
Let Father deal with them.
I said no good would come of all this.
Let me take it to the house for you. To you, Margaret.
Mother? Sorry, but what would you please? I'm away from this house. I'll bring the rest tomorrow.
Thank you, Bill. Joe, have you heard these people? How foolish are they? They say I'm almost as famous as our dear Queen.
It's true, Grace. I knew this would happen. Your name was all over the town. They're saying that the artists Hancock, Dunbar and Watson are on their way to paint your portrait and make a statue out of you. Also, can you believe it? There is talk of chocolate boxes, dinner services, and even dinner services for commercial sales. There's also talk of touring you around the country.
But I do not want that. Neither would Margaret, neither do you.
No. It seems the situation has overtaken us. We'll just have to let things run their course. There's nothing to do about it now.
Joe, what have we come to?
There is nothing we can do. It would be best if I stood out of the way until the hysteria has died down.
Oh, please don't, Bill. I don't want you to. I'm afraid I'll lose you again if you go now.
Grace, you have no idea what the real world is like. You'll have no peace now the story is out. I promise I'll be back as soon as the situation has calmed down.
Is this your husband? She's thinking that. How are you married? Have you any children? What did your brother make? You should not be married.
It must be her brother. What's it like to have such a famous sister?
God bless you, my darling. We pray together and thank the Lord for giving you the strength and fortitude to save us poor souls from a watery grave.
Oh, thank you for your commendations, but I hardly think this is the time for prayers. Perhaps later.
Of course, my dear, the good Lord is patient.
Oh, as I am fast losing mine.
Well, my dear, you've certainly set the fox among the heads this time.
It's not by my hand, Polly.
Was it on yours, Grace? You certainly struck a blow for women's rights.
Aye, anything a man can do, a woman can do just as well.
Never mind, lass, at least you're doing her a favour.
Rose will never less special without lifting their hands.
Keep up the good work and we'll never have to build a creel.
She let the men sell it straight from the boat.
Oh, am I to be everyone's lackey? I did not ask for any of this. I only did what any good Christian would do. I just want things to go back to the way they were.
Never mind, lass. Now you've found the fame, you're just going to have to live with it.
I would rather die of anonymity than live with this false notoriety you call fame. Why don't you all just go? What do you want from me? Save all your prayers for someone else and not for me, for I care nothing for fame. Take back your words of praise. Flattery leaves me cold.
it all again, I couldn't see any life lost just because of my selfishness.
But what of your life, Grace? How much are you willing to lose? I cannot believe it was God's will to have you suffer so.
Suffer?
Yes, suffer. For the past week, I've seen you, and I've never seen you before. I know you too well for you to hide the sorrow that I see in your eyes, Grace. You know of what I speak. Only a few days ago, you were as bright and happy as I'd ever seen you before. Tell me, have you heard from Joe? No, I didn't think so. And I have to sit here and watch you suffer. Yes, suffer in silence. Now tell me true, was any of this actually worth the sacrifice?
Yes. No. I don't know. I'm just an ordinary working girl. What do I know sacrifice? Father says it was the Lord's will, Mother says it was preordained. I only know that could I turn back time, I would that this had never happened. I mean, here I am, surrounded by more gifts and money than we could have ever imagined. I've been presented to their Grace, the Duke and Duchess, received a commendation from Her Majesty the Queen, yet I would gladly give it all back, but I'm a victim of my own destiny, for which I did not thank the Lord. Liz, did I really say that?
I'm sure the Lord will forgive you. Don't forget, he suffered too. One can only hope there's a purpose to all of this.
I'm sorry, but I just cannot see it. Something amiss, Father?
You may well ask, Grace, for you should know.
About what?
What's this I hear about you signing an agreement to appear in Batty's Circus in Edinburgh?
Father, I didn't know such thing and never would without seeking your permission first.
I have it on good authority that you did sign a paper, given over by his representative here, in this very place. Is it not so? Did you not put your signature to such a document?
Of course not!
So when did this take place, Father?
The day those reporters were here, along with half of Banbury.
I was there also, if I remember. Grace was surrounded by a multitude of people. They were all waving papers in her face for her autograph. It would be very easy for her to sign something without her knowing.
Is this true, Grace? Did such a person introduce himself to you?
Well, there was a man, and he did mention something about the circus in Edinburgh. He handed me a sum of money and asked for my signature in exchange. He gave me the impression it was a donation. Father, I'm so sorry, but what with all the hustle and bustle that day, I didn't have a chance to read what was written on the paper.
In that case, you were obviously duped, and such an agreement cannot be binding. I shall away and draft a letter to this Batty fellow immediately. Oh, by the way, your brother Robert has come across with me, fresh from London. He's tying up the kobold and should be with you in a few minutes.
How devious people can be. Fancy doing such a thing and thinking to get away with it.
I think I will go to Edinburgh after all. Well, for every day that passes, I feel more and more like a circus freak, so I may as well be one.
Not true, Grace. You're the most kind, loving, hard-working person that ever lived. No. We are all so proud of you, and nothing anyone could do or say can take away your kind, caring, compassionate nature.
Thank you, but I think I've had enough flattery to last me a lifetime.
Greetings, sisters. Greetings, brother. How nice to see you. Have you travelled far? As far as I can travel in 6 months. Oh, you must be tired. Would you like some hot broth? Well, I'll be most kind.
The prodigal son returned.
So nice to be noticed by your own family.
Are you prattling on about Robert?
Congratulations! Shall now bow, get down to my knees and refer supplication to our dear famous sister.
Not you as well.
It does not bode well for our Grace.
Forgive my jesting, sisters. I thought all would be celebrations in the house. Since docking in London, I've heard nothing other than tales about you and father. I knew father would be too pleased, but I thought you would be overjoyed. I could hardly believe my ears when my friends told me it was you I was enraptured about. They even petitioned me to obtain some form of memento. I suggested I may be able to obtain a lock of your famous hair for keepsake. For a small fee, of course.
Robert, how could you?
Calm down, Grace. Now, would I, your own brother, do such a thing?
It would come as no surprise, but I think not where your own kith and kin are concerned.
Anyhow, I've already given enough of my hair as it is.
After 6 months at sea, I've got plenty to spare.
You haven't.
Why not? No harm done. After all, it's still darling hair, is it not? I see no difference in who said it came from, so long as I'm content to believe it. I'm paying for the privilege.
Oh, Robert, the Lord may strike you dead.
Can't blame Grace, I'm sure he wasn't looking at the time.
You are incorrigible.
I'm not the only one by the looks of things.
Oh, what have we come to? I grow so very tired of all this deceit.
Come, fair sister, make light of it. Folks are fickle like hounds that run with the hare. It will all be over, forgotten in a few weeks when something else takes their fancy. For now, let us make what we can. You're not seeing the queues in the harbour? Men are making as much from tours around the farm as from the fish they catch every day.
of what we have, for it cannot be long to see our all gone. Let us away to leave this farm for the day.
Oh, would that I could, but I have yet another sitting for yet another portrait this afternoon.
Speaking of portraits, I have here a letter handed to me by Jack Belford's eldest daughter.
Who, Annie Swan?
Aye, Annie Swan. Said to see that I gave it to you personally.
It's from Joe.
What does he say?
He's received a commission from a Spanish count to paint a family portrait.
Spain, eh? Lucky man. It'll be very pleasant there this time of year.
Does he say how long he'll be gone for?
Only that afterwards he may continue working out there for a while.
Well, I don't blame him. It is a wonderful part of the world. As for those Spanish ladies, also older, fatter and wrinkled, I'm not surprised it won't stay there too long.
He will return in his own good time.
I think I'd best go find Mother.
She'll be cleaning the bedrooms. Tell her that I won't be long here. I'll join you shortly.
Will do.
How about a nice cup of tea? Oh, the carrier's empty. I must away to the stores for some more.
Dearest Grace, I have today received a very lucrative commission from the Spanish Count, who has much admired my work and wishes me to do a series of family portraits. Is this divine intervention? I hope so, for it means someone is looking after your welfare and plans to reunite us soon. I have decided to take this commission and let Providence guide both of us to our destiny. I tried to see you before I left, but every single boat is taken for excursions around the lighthouse, so perhaps it is best if I go now. I will stay in Spain until the portraits are completed and hope that by then the time will be right for me to return. I shall let you know when I get there and give an address you can write me. Until then, every thought and every waking dream will be of you. My one true love, Joe.
What did we leave behind, man of my dreams? Where did it all go wrong? I sit and sing the same sad song. Every song I sing is a song of love. Every melody is a symphony in a minor key, always haunting me, longing to be free. My heart cries out in me, but there is nobody around. I'm always waiting to be found. The love I thought was mine is now in doubt. The restless sands of time are running out, like a silver stream or an ocean blue, like a timeless dream when I think of you, like the restless sea, always haunting me, longing to be free. My heart cries out in me, but there is nobody around. I'm always waiting to be found. The love I thought was mine is now in doubt. The restless sands of time are running out, like the kiss of spring turns to morning dew, like the tears they bring when I think of you. Someone cry for me, someone understand, someone smile for me, someone hold my hand, but there is nobody around. I'm always waiting to be found. The love I thought was mine is now in doubt. The
to be home with your father.
Anyone would think you're not seeing him for weeks, never mind this morning.
I asked, but she never knows from one day to the next whether there is a door when she gets home.
I thought we lost money last week when the cocoa was up to by £3.
Aye, the sea takes our men like autumn takes the leaves off of the trees, and many good man's been lost this past year, Alice.
Sorry, Ma, I was thinking.
Well, it's time you did then, lass. Hope you're praying for your man's safe return every night.
Of course I am, Ma.
Are you off then, Annie?
Oh.
And how's Grace doing?
Not so good, Polly. Not so good. The doctor doesn't hold out much hope. Most of the family are there with her now. The boys are up at the lighthouse taking care of things so her mother and father can be here.
That's so sad. I always thought she would get well.
But consumption's such a terrible disorder. And, well, I never thought she was a particularly strong girl. I think the business with the poor Farshire took more out of her than anyone cared to admit.
Hard to believe that was 3 years gone.
The father's of the mind that she was quite worn down, what with the demands of the newspapers and people writing in for lots of her hair and pieces of a dress. It was a wonder there was any of her left.
I always said no good would come of it.
Aye, but it's not our Gracie's doing. She told me she was sick and tired of all the fuss and all the hunches, the letters she was obliged to write.
Aye, but you could really see the change in her, especially the past year. She was given such a hard time by Sigfart. No wonder she was rushed off to the friend's house at Bullock.
But it did her no good, did it? By the time they sent her there, she'd lost the will to fight.
Have you heard anything from your Joe? Where is he now?
Oh, Josiah's still in Spain or on his way home. I wrote to him 6 months ago telling him my concerns over Grace.
Well, God grant him a speedy return then.
Oh, I fear he may be too late.
Is Grace that far gone?
She may not last the night.
Oh. Well, we'd best be away and spread the news. There'll be many want to return with their prayers. I'm sorry your lad can't be here. I know him and Grace are far more than just good friends. It will be such a sad ending for one of God's good children. But at least she's surrounded by her loving family. Do you want to come in for a cuppa, Annie?
Oh, thank you kindly, Polly, but I'd best be up to the farm to tell them the news.
Well, I'll walk you part of the way.
Mother, darling, come quick!
What is it, girl?
It's Grace, she's gone!
What do you mean, gone?
She's not in the bedroom, the window's open, she must have climbed out!
What can it go? You were supposed to be keeping watch on her.
I know, she's been sleeping so contented, I must have dozed off.
Must have fever that made her appear so Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth, how could you?
Leave me, Mother. You too, Father. It could have been any one of us. Well, we were all tired. She can't have gone far. It will be dark soon. I'll get some blankets.
I truly am sorry, Father.
Never mind, girl. We'll have her found again in no time.
Oh, I'll get the coat. Oh, poor girl out there in the cold.
She can't have wandered far. We'll soon have her found. You come with me, Mother. Everyone else spread out and call out when you've found her.
was mine, eager and breathless, lost the time. We thought was endless, no sun or moon, no earth or sky, only the sea.
Grace! Father! Father! Everybody, quickly! Oh, my poor Benny! Out there in the cold! What were you thinking of? You'll catch your death!
Oh, I go see the fire. Better call round and fetch a preacher first, Mary. Elizabeth and I will see to things here.
Oh, I go home, Father John, be waiting for me.
All in good time, girl. Let's be getting you warm first.
Joe's already on his way. Isn't that so, Thomasin? Yes, I'm sure of it. Do not fret, dear sister. Come the morning, you and Joe will be together again.
Maybe we should get the doctor. He'll know what to do. Oh, perhaps I should make some hot stew. That'll do the world of good.
Mother!
Oh. Look, Grace. The preacher's here. He's come to say some psalms from the Bible for you. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Grace? Psalm 23. She likes Psalm 23. Don't you, Grace? Oh, perhaps we should sing it. Elizabeth, Thomasin, Mary, we shall sing it. Oh, maybe we should just say the prayer.
Calm yourself, Mother. We're all doing what we can. Let the preacher do his work.
Oh, look, Elizabeth, it's Joe. Do you see him?
Yes, I see him, Grace.
Look, he's running after me. You can't catch me, Joseph Swan.
Away the tears and fills the empty